All right, so the first thing you need to do is get into Google and you're going to search for your animal. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to search for a panda bear. Once you type it in, you can click on Images, and then you're going to need to click on Search Tools, and we're going to change the size to large. That way it's not going to be pixelated when it's printed, which makes it tough to draw. So I'm just going to select this panda right here. Once you select it, you're going to click View Image. Now there's two ways you can save this. You can either right click and click Save Image As, select where you want it to go. In this case, I'm going to put it on the desktop. Don't worry about the file name at this point, and then click Save. Or you could actually just take it and drag it onto your desktop. And then of course I already have it on there, so I'm just going to cancel that. Either way is fine. So now I've got my picture on my desktop. I'm going to go into my directions here, and then you're going to go to the Pixlr editor. So you can just simply click this link and it will take you to the Pixlr editor. Now this is going to pop up this little menu, and you're going to click Open Image from Computer. Now I know I put it on my desktop, so I'm going to scroll down, find my image, and click Open. Now once it's opened, what you're going to need to do is make sure it is your crop tool is highlighted, which it probably is. That's usually the default. Then up at the top here, we're going to work with this menu here. So you don't actually need to go into any other section. Everything we need is right here. So under Constraint, you're going to click on No Restriction and change it to Aspect Ratio. Then over here we've got a width and we've got a height. So if you have a horizontal or landscape image like I do, you're going to change your width to 9, and you're going to change your height over here to 6. Okay, now if you have a vertical image, it's going to be opposite. You're going to have a width of 6 and a height of 9. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my mouse cursor right over top of the image, and you can see there's a little crosshair right there. All I'm going to do is come to the top left of the image. I'm going to click my mouse and I'm going to start dragging to the far corner. Now what you're going to notice is it's going to restrict a little bit how you crop. That's the ratio aspect, and what's that is going to do is make it so your grid works out correctly. So what you can do is you can move this around, or you can take these little blue squares and you can make them smaller or bigger if you want to. Once you're satisfied, all you need to do is click Enter on your keyboard and it's going to crop it. Then I'm going to come up to File and I'm going to click Save, and I'm going to click OK. And then at this point you don't need to rename your file yet either. So just click Save, and then I'm just going to replace it because I don't need the old picture anymore. So I'm just going to click Yes. Now I'm done in Pixlr. I can get out of there. So go ahead and leave the page, and then you can close down your Google search as well. But leave open your Google Drive. So the next thing I'm going to do is open up Microsoft Word. There is a link directly on your desktop. And once I get into Word, if you have a vertical image, you can actually keep this the same. If you have a horizontal image like I do with the panda, you're going to click Page Layout, you're going to click Orientation, and you're going to change it to Landscape. Okay. Now once you have it in Landscape or in Portrait, if that's the way it needs to be for you, you're going to go to Insert, you're going to select Shape, you're going to select the rectangle, and you're just going to click your mouse in the left-hand corner here and just draw out a rectangle. It doesn't really matter what it looks like yet. So then you're going to come up here to the size area, and you're going to change your height. Okay, you're going to click on the height there, and then you're going to change that to a 6, and then I'm going to change my width to a 9. Now keep in mind, if you have a vertical image, it's going to be opposite. You're going to have a height of 9 and a width of 6. So now I've got this blue rectangle here. I'm going to come over to Shape Fill. And actually one thing I want to point out, if you click outside of it and notice how it gets rid of what you're working with, and if you need to get that stuff back, simply click on the rectangle again, and then up here where it says Drawing Tools, click on that, and then it'll put you back where you need to be. So I'm going to click on Shape Fill, and I'm going to come down and I'm going to select Picture. And then I'm going to do picture from a file. Now your screen might look a little bit different than mine, but you should be able to access your desktop, and then you're going to choose your animal. And then I'm going to click insert, and then what that does for me is it makes sure that my animal is going to print the exact size I need for my grid to work correctly. So now what you're going to do is you're going to come to file, and then you're going to go save as, and then again, my screen might look a little bit different than yours, but I'm going to choose that I want to save it to my desktop. Now this time you're going to enter a file name, put your first and last name. So I'm just going to do JFunnel for mine, and then I'm going to click save. And now actually you can get out of your Word document as well. You're done with that. So then I'm going to get into my correct folder here. So you're going to be in period 7, day 1. So this is what it looks like. Now look over here on my desktop. I've got my JFunnel Word document. Now it's important that you want to find your Word document, not your picture. So I'm not going to take that panda picture. I'm going to use the picture I put in the Word document. And I'm going to select it, and then I'm just going to drag it over into our shared folder. So notice it's uploading. And then once it's uploaded, you can click on it if you want to check it. Double click on, and you can see it, there it is in the Word document. So then what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to print all of our pictures out, and then I will pass them back to you next time we're in class together. And then when you are finished with everything, if you come back into our drive and click options for when you are finished, I put some different art games, some coloring sheets. You can create a digital snowflake, which is pretty cool. So you can check out some of these if you have a little bit of class time left.